Welcome back to Shogun Social. This is our second installment of our brand new podcast. I'm joined again by George and Amy as we go over everything social media in the past week. So welcome, guys. Welcome back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kick things off, right?
Yeah.
The number one app in industry news that I'm obsessed with, BeReal.
Yep, BeReal.
So basically, you log in every day and you take a photo of what you're looking at and you're on your back one. Have you guys downloaded it yet?
I have got BeReal, yes.
Yeah, I downloaded it about 5 minutes ago. But I have downloaded it, yeah. I've got it, so I've got to use it.
Yeah, so my question is, do you think it's a phase, right? So, yeah, you have to go back every day, but how engaging is that going to be? Okay, oh, yeah, just log on, take a photo. I don't know, could I see myself doing that in a year?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily...
I think the thing with the app that's different with like Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that, if you don't really like the photo of yourself, you can delete it, but I mean, it gives you 2 minutes to do the other photo. So I think that's why people might like it, because Instagram is getting quite filtered and, not real in the sense you see these influencers and you can see they edit their photos.
Freddie, can you explain how BeReal works? Because I've only just downloaded it.
Yeah,
you said that it's like about taking quick photos and that's why it's real.
Yeah.
So please explain, how does BeReal work?
Yeah, so you get, as Amy said, you get 2 minutes to take a photo.
Yep.
If you take one, you don't like it, you can delete it, but you've only got those 2 minutes to do it. So every day you have to log in, you can connect with your friends and then basically see what they're doing. And just leaning on what Amy said, I've only downloaded it, I think 4 days, but you can see some really weird stuff. Like I've seen my friends at hospital, their fridge, their nan, all these weird stuff where on Instagram, they wouldn't post their nan.
I think at the start of Instagram, like people didn't really care what they were posting. Like you'd literally take a photo of your shoes and be like, #shoes.
Yeah.
But
everyone
now, like, it's completely different. Like, I feel like when people post on Instagram, they like the photo of themselves. They know what they're going to post. Yeah. So that's why BeReal is quite cool in the sense of you can see literally what people are doing in their day-to-day lives.
When do you have to take the photo? Is it a rule where every day it reminds you to take a photo?
Yeah, so it comes up, but you can be late, but it also sends a reminder to your friends who'll be like, oh, Freddie posted late. But
that's cool.
I quite like it, to be fair. I think it's totally different, but I don't know how long...
It's going to click for.
Yeah, I'll be interested.
It sounds like a game. I don't mean like a video game or something. It sounds like a little challenge with your friends, I guess. In the same way that you had Snapchat, where it gives you a star every day and you got to keep it going. I guess it's like that. And that
like a streak.
Yeah, streak. You don't need that at all. You completely do not need that in Snapchat. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean anything. But some people go, oh, I want the streak. I want to have a streak. My streak's longer than their streak. It's the same thing, I guess, where with BeReal, you don't have to post a photo right there. You can be late. Yeah. But it's just, I don't want to be late. I want to be on time. I want to be the best BeReal user there is.
Also, they have, I think it's about 6 reactions you can have. So laughing face and everything like that. But it's a photo again. So my laughing face is like me, like that.
That's
smiling, and it's something completely different, and it's top of the charts at the moment, the free download charts. So
you got to be the emoji.
Yeah,
that's
which I love.
That's so cool.
Don't they do that on Snapchat? But it's like I think it's like a Bitmoji or something. Yeah. You can do it with your face, then your face it can turn into all these different things and.
Wow. But I really like it, but I just wonder how long it all. Because TikTok, everyone thought it was a phase and then it's skyrocketed, but it's also a bit basic. Like you can connect with your friends, but the only thing is as well is someone told me that once you post a photo, your friends can see your exact location, and I wonder if that's something that will put people off potentially.
Yeah, and they might not download it because they don't want people to see their own location.
Yeah, maybe.
This is the start of the app, though. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it could develop so much, and like you said, it could with TikTok, it went huge. Yep. Will this go huge and develop, and with all the updates and stuff, or will it just kind of be something that's forgotten about?
You do have as well an explore page on there, right? So I was seeing people in like South America in a taxi, which has no relevance, cool. But it was like I couldn't.
So can your photo go on the explore page?
I guess I haven't played around with it too much, but potentially.
Have you seen any brands on there?
No, you know what? I haven't. I've only seen my friends, but the explore page is just full of random people. But I was thinking that last week. I wonder how brands could use that Well, they could use it to show, an authentic side of their brand. Oh, this is what our office looks like.
But then could it show the other side of it in the sense of like, when you create the account, you create it and sync your contacts, don't you? So the person who is in charge of the business's account would only see their friends, wouldn't they?
Yeah, maybe BeReal doesn't lend itself to brands much. But I haven't had a go. Like I said, I went downloaded it 5 minutes ago. Maybe that's it. Maybe because that's realness, isn't it? That's the whole point. BeReal, authenticity.
Yes.
It's combating filters and stuff. Maybe that's a bit too just instant for a brand. I mean, let's say it is. Let's say it's like you own a gym or something and you want to kind of get onto social media more to get more conversions, get more customers, etc. You've got this app that says, take a photo now within 2 minutes. And you're in your office doing some admin or something. Like you're looking at the finances for your employees and it reminds you, okay, I'm on BeReal, I've got to do this. What'd you take a photo of? Like your spreadsheets.
The first day I did it, I think it was Thursday, I was working from home. And I took a photo of my friend's shirt and then my laptop.
Your football shirt?
And I was just like, oh, that's so boring.
Yeah, and you're someone who doesn't even need to abide by the rules. You're just a random person. Imagine if you were a brand who has to consider guidelines and, well-reasoned, like, decisions-based things to actually post on social media.
It seems like it's more, targeted towards people rather than businesses at the moment. But maybe if they introduce maybe a search bar so you could search for these different brands so you can see what they're doing behind the scenes. But again, you have the limit of 2 minutes. Unless you're like, okay, I'm ready in this position, ready to take 2 photos. It could work, but...
Does it let you upload a photo from your gallery or your camera roll?
No, I think it's literally just, you have to take it.
I thought so.
Interesting.
Yeah, weird one. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's going to change. I mean, so often
I'm
things
sure
will
develop
change
in some way.
Yeah, they might. Because BeReal, if we consider that how an app makes money, it's by advertisers, it's by brands investing in the app. So BeReal at the moment, as a user, Freddie, have you encountered any way to subscribe to it and pay as a user?
No, it's almost a bit basic. Like it's got my friends, which I can scroll my feed and then explore, but I haven't gone in depth yet.
Okay. Because you got to consider, of course, how is this? Anything you use, you got to go, how is this making money? Because if it's free, then you got to go, this looks too good to be true. Instagram makes money because they sell your data to advertisers. That's why you see the ads. Everyone knows this. It's not a secret. BeReal, have you seen any ads? Okay,
not yet.
It's not making money from advertising.
Then I feel like that's definitely going to be something they do.
It's coming.
Like when Facebook first started and there wasn't ads.
No ads on Snapchat.
Yeah, and then there were.
And now there are. So I'm sure that will come along.
Yeah, so if there are going to be ads on BeReal, it makes you think what kind of ads, because it's going to be mental if you seeing all these like random photos from your friends that are like, oh, here's some coffee or something, like really real stuff, and then you click and you see this incredibly polished, nice, well-filmed Hollywood style advert from like Heineken or something. It's going to be so jarring.
That is true.
And is there a way that you can search for celebrities on there? Because you think, actually, I want to see, I don't know, Kim Kardashian. I want to see her and BeReal. So can you search for them? Because at the moment, it's just limited to your friends, right?
Yeah, it came up and when I joined, it said, these are your contacts. So I added who I wanted. And then it was like, you can invite through iMessage or whatever. But I couldn't see anything like that. And I was thinking, that would be really interesting if I could follow my fault influencers, brands, whatever, definitely. And be like, what are they doing day to day? Like, what are they actually doing?
Got us giving BeReal all this advice.
Yeah, from someone who's just done it a few days ago, did it like 1 day ago, and then 5 minutes ago, it's never actually opened it. Yeah,
full of ideas. But yeah, I'm a huge fan, but I'm gonna see how it plays out.
A bit skeptical.
Yeah, maybe that's an indication of the shift towards authenticity. Like we're saying, BeReal, I imagine, isn't coming from nowhere, is it? BeReal is becoming, it has come from a place of there's too many filters. Yes. There's too much non-realness.
Well, Snapchat never had filters to begin with. It was just, you could take a photo and that was it. So who knows? There might be filters, there might be anything added to BeReal, but we shall see in the future.
Yeah.
On the topic of future, my next industry news point is, so Instagram are trialing pinned posts, right, on feeds. So, and also the ability to basically rearrange your feeds. And my question to you, guys, is originality being taken away because every platform just seems to be mirroring one another?
Converging. Yeah, convergence. I remember that was a word at uni that we had to write about, convergence. The idea of kind of things becoming similar. And at the time I was like, yeah, all right. Like, I can see Facebook is different to Snapchat. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Whereas now, yeah, they're right. Everything is becoming the same.
I can't even remember what, stories actually originated from. Was it Snapchat, Instagram, or Facebook? And now it's TikTok.
Yeah, Snapchat.
So where has it started from?
Yeah, I think it started with Snapchat. I don't think it started on Instagram.
But yeah, but do you remember Twitter? Do you remember when Twitter had stories?
Yeah.
For like a short, no one did it.
Yes.
And then it
strange. For like you said, they all just kind of like jump on the bandwagon, and that's why all these social media platforms are so similar.
Yeah. How about consider this? Would you say Spotify is social media? No, because I ask, right? Because you can watch podcasts, listen to podcasts, and watch podcasts on Spotify. They are, at the moment, judging from the last thing I uploaded to Spotify, having a new feature where you can clip your video podcast into clips, like everything else is doing.
Right. So, like, you can preview a podcast.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
as a clip.
Yeah, I suppose. So it's like what we do with this and what everyone else does, in that, like, you can find a good 30 seconds or a good minute and have that as a reel on Instagram. That's what Spotify are now doing, where you can have a full 40-minute video podcast that you find the best bits of, like 30 seconds or a minute. So
I was really shocked when I first listened to a podcast, and I started listening to it on Spotify, and I was like, oh my God, I can watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, why is my battery draining so much?
A 40-minute podcast, and you can watch it. So it's interesting you say, is it social media? I think it's kind of pulling those elements from social media, but it's a what is it, a music listening?
Like a music
platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, convergence, like you say, Freddie. Everything's becoming the same.
Yes.
But I like to see brands use this feature where they can move their grid about, right? Because they can do their new products, new launch, all the important stuff they can put at the top. You could sort of do that already with, the saved stories. But it would just be interesting to see how they utilize it, if it works, how it catches on.
I think it's different for different brands as well, because you get some brands that are like, I don't really care about having like a pretty feed because they just want to get the posts out, because at the end of the day, that if someone's scrolling through Instagram, they might see your post, but they might not click on your profile.
Yeah,
but then some people like having this really nice aesthetic feed. So if people click on their profile, it looks really nice. So there's that two different aspects of it as well.
Yeah, I've encountered that. I've encountered colleagues or clients who say, oh, that will make our feed look bad though. And I just kind of say, yeah, I suppose. Do we need to consider that? And they say, yeah, we should consider that. Okay, fine. And sometimes they do have to consider it. Sometimes we don't.
It's really strange. Right? People do that in their personal feeds. So I know loads of individuals that they do the seasons. Oh yeah.
Or they'll colour brand, they'll colour match it and put like blue. It'll be like blue, or it'll be black and white. Like a lot of people do it.
Yeah, I suppose you got to consider, does this give more control to the brands? So it's the brands that are providing Instagram with their money, so paying for ads. So that's what Instagram are trying here, aren't they? They're saying because as a user, as a general user, Instagram kind of care about you, I suppose, but ultimately you're not paying them. So you're not a customer of Instagram. Whereas the brands, the companies, they're Instagram's customers. So when Instagram does a change like this, where they say, you can rearrange your feed, it means the brands, i.e. the customers, can say, great, now I can really get stuck into Instagram more. Like I didn't want to do Instagram because you had to have a messy feed, whereas now I can control my feed. So yeah, I imagine that's why they're doing it, innit?
Then will a lot of brands start putting their most liked photo at the top?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or things like that. Like they might put the series of their liked photos in a row, the most liked one and then the least liked ones at the bottom.
I think that's
I feel like that's what a lot of brands are going to do. Or their favourite post that they like the most, they'll put that on the top of their profile.
Yep.
So
it'd be interesting to see how they do it in terms of campaigns and everything like that. But my last question for my industry news is, will you rearrange your feed?
Me and my personal, no, because my personal is just a messy upload of random crap that I just take a photo of. I don't care because I care about Instagram for work. That's when I need to turn my brain on. So personally, I won't rearrange it at all.
You mean?
I don't think I would, no. I think with Instagram, what I like about it is that you can scroll down someone's feed and go, oh, that was 2020. and be like, oh, look how much they've changed, or
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
look what they were doing then. If you start rearranging it, I don't know. To me, I don't think I would.
It's almost like a journey. That's what I always look
It
back
is
at. I'm
like a journey.
oh my
You can
God,
see when
yeah.
you go on like holidays and stuff and what you did throughout the year. But if you start rearranging that, it's a bit weird, I think. But with brands, I think they can kind of benefit with it in some way, because they can put what they want their customers to see when they click on their profile.
They got more control for sure.
Yeah.
That's the word, control.
But that's me. That's my news round for this week.
Lovely. You can't say news round. That's a trademark owned by the BBC. I'm joking. Yeah. So creator highlights is my little thing in the week, isn't it? So there is this creator that I love on Instagram, and it's because I love Lego. So there is a massive audience of Lego that are millennials, that are adults, and they grew up in the 90s or whatever having all this Lego, and now they have disposable income, so they can buy Lego. That's why you have all these like huge Lego pieces.
That's what everyone does with their wages, doesn't they?
Yeah.
Buy Lego.
Do you not?
I don't get
Yeah, so that's why you have all these pieces of Lego that are like £300. Yeah, I don't think there are many 7-year-olds buying £300 Lego.
You know what? I used to work at a toy store, and I think it was Star Wars, and they had like massive sets, and it was £300-500, and I remember I'd be like, "Who's buying that?" Those guys.
It's not 7-year-olds. it's millennials who now have salary.
I always thought that. Who buys it?
Yeah,
They do.
They do, and you can see it because Lego have an entire portion of their catalogue called Adults Welcome. And it's an entire portion of what they sell, Adults Welcome. So they know they're...
that.
Well, here in Southampton, we have a Lego store, don't we?
Absolutely.
And whenever I walk past it, I always see, in the front, there's always a huge bit of Lego.
Yeah,
It's
there
not
is.
tiny little
Yeah.
Lego,
No.
bricks, whatever they're called, bricks. And it is like a...
Piece
it's
of
like
art?
the Titanic.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It is.
huge.
It is. Well, I love Lego and I loved it forever. And there's this one account that I love on Instagram called Monumental Bricks. And they're tiny, less than 2,000 followers. Right? Tiny. So this is absolutely tiny. However, they're doing Instagram in a really cool, simple way. It's similar to what we do at Shogun in that we approach brands with pockets. So we say, here are 5 different types of post. And that's what Monumental Bricks are doing. So if you look at Monumental Bricks feed, Keenan, can you shove it on the screen here or something so people can see? The way it works is that they have one pocket that's a reel, Instagram reel, where they've put a piece of Lego or a Lego set on a spinning, like a rotating disc and just film it. And the whole Lego set spins round.
Right.
The camera's static, but you get to see this amazing set that you haven't seen in 20 years because it's from the 90s. It's like an old 1995 Lego set. And you get to see it in all its glory just spinning round. And you watch it and you go, I'm going to sit and watch this whole reel. I'm going to sit and
I
watch
can
this.
imagine that.
Yeah.
Already I'm like, oh, that would just be
It's
so-
oddly satisfying.
Yeah.
Isn't
And
it?
you can see, it's going to turn around. Oh, look at the back.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at
It's
that.
just exciting, like little bits of Lego. They have another pocket, which is highlighting rare figures. So on Lego minifigures, you have all these little people. And there are some that only came in like 1 or 2 sets ever. So they're the rare sets. The rare minifigures, and it will have like a photo of the minifigure and their stats. So appeared in this set in 1993, appeared in this set in 1997,
Wow.
and their name is sometimes the Lego minifigures
That's
have
actually
names.
so interesting.
Yeah.
They have another pocket which is, I think, just screenshots of the instruction booklets, which you never really think to kind of look at. But if you're into Lego, that's quite
It's always
cool.
the first thing you throw away.
Yeah.
My missus,
You're like, once you built it, you're like, I don't need it anymore.
she was saying that the other day that her and her brother have loads of Harry Potter Lego in their love, but that her parents put it all in one massive
Oh,
thing.
no.
Oh, yeah,
You're never ever gonna remake it.
No.
Yeah.
Lost to the ages.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then
wow.
again, you could argue that's kind of what Lego's for, isn't it? Lego's meant to be just thrown together and you have fun with it. But
Stuck back together randomly.
yeah, that's what some people think. Some people don't like to do that. Some people like to keep it separate. But whatever.
I see people on Instagram, like they color coordinate their Lego and then they do it in sizes as well. So you
Yeah,
get like
wow.
the tiny little ones and the big ones. They literally do it so they're all in the same little
They
box.
got too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
And money. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, too much time and money. But then again, I say that I'd buy all the Lego in the world if I was a millionaire.
Yeah.
I don't blame them, to be honest. So they do this have this approach where it's different pockets. They have another pocket as well. And the other pocket is unboxing. Simple. Again, you go, you have unboxing videos for the latest iPhone or a watch or something because they're valuable.
Yeah.
I want to see unboxing for Lego. Like Lego's cheap, but you want to.
They are really oddly satisfying as well. You take off the plastic and you hear all the sounds, like ASMR a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose.
Do you know what? I actually this weekend I was looking at unboxing videos of. Have you seen mystery football shirts where you just pay like 30 quid, you get random.
Right. Okay.
And I was just going through TikTok and I was like, oh my god, what are they gonna get? Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's like, what am I doing with my life?
I found myself on TikTok finding like people restoring old Barbie. Like old Barbie things.
Cool. Yeah.
And one was like them restoring a Barbie plane, but their channel as well also does like the unboxing and like the cleaning of the dolls, and it's just so satisfying.
Cleaning of the dolls reminds me. You ever seen Toy Story 2?
Yes,
in the chair, like that.
Woody.
Yeah, it's like that.
In the chair.
Yeah. Well, this is what Monumental Bricks does. Is they're not just saying, here's some Lego photos. Yeah. Is that they have a quite obviously deliberate approach of different content pockets because it's kind of spaced out. It will be like an unboxing and then a minifigure photo and then a spinny reel and then a instruction booklet screenshot, stuff like this, all kind of spaced out. So it is a deliberate approach. And I suppose something that brands can take from Monumental Bricks, this tiny channel, is that the content is there, is that if you have the content there, it's easy to say, here's pocket 1, pocket 2, pocket 3, pocket 4. If a brand is struggling with that, then that's what a social media agency like Shogun is for, is we will then look at your content and say, here's the different pockets we can create. But you can make it from anything. So, look at the topic of Lego, you go, oh, that's a toy. What can you put that on Instagram? Just some photos? Like, no, you can make pockets. You can make a different thing. If someone's looking for an unboxing video, they can get that from Monumental Bricks. But that's just a creator I love. And I say tiny, but
I'm obsessed with it already.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, and as I say, it's all old Lego, so that's what's quite cool about it. It's the stuff that I had in the 90s. Yeah, but that's my creator highlight of the week. Monumental Bricks, the tiny channel showing brands how to do pockets correctly.
I love that.
Yeah. So for the final bit of the podcast, or is it second to last?
Second to last.
I'll be going through the weekly trends. So it didn't happen this week, but happened last week. Elon Musk buying Twitter. Now, I think it was announced on the 25th of April, and it was huge when it came out. Twitter is one of the biggest social media platforms in the world. Everyone I know has Twitter. I think my dad even has Twitter.
Shout out Amy's dad.
So everyone
can we get his
has
username?
Twitter. Yeah. I think it was sold for, let me have a look, $44 billion.
It's nothing. It's nothing, mate.
To Elon Musk.
A few pennies.
I'd make that every day.
Probably pennies or something like that. But to a normal person, that's a lot of money. And, he's come on and he said he's going to make a lot of changes. He wants to relax the content restrictions a little bit. He wants to get rid of the fake accounts, which I think is great because I think a lot of social media platforms are flooded with a lot of fake accounts. You got some people that buy their followers, and you see all these.
I've seen that.
Yeah, they got 80,000 followers. They get 3 likes.
Yeah.
18,000 followers. Yeah, it's because like 85% of them are in Brazil.
Exactly.
And it's just a random bot farm.
So I think it's going to be great, and I think it will develop the social media platform, hugely. But since he announced he was buying Twitter, as you can imagine, there was a lot of memes made about him, a lot of memes made about Twitter in general. And there was actually 2 that, jumped out at me. One of them was him, announcing he'd bought Twitter, but basically he memed himself in the kind of way. So
that's Elon.
I think, as we all know, anyone who goes to McDonald's, when you go to McDonald's, the ice cream machine is broke. So he has basically tweeted a photo where someone's obviously made this tweet up about him.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
And it was like, now I'm going to buy all McDonald's and fix all the ice cream machines. And he's tweeted himself and been like, listen, I can't do miracles, okay? Like, this guy.
This needs to happen.
I know.
Yeah, at times my meal, I have to get water or something. That's not fun.
You think
that's not a pudding.
This guy has just bought Twitter and he's literally memeing himself. Like, it's crazy. And then another one, which I can't even believe he tweeted. When we spoke about in the office, we were like, is this a fake account? He tweeted, next, I'm buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in.
Yep. That's classic Elon, isn't it?
He's
a troll.
Like,
he's got the world on strings, honestly.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing. He totally knows what he's doing. He's just having a laugh, isn't he? That's why he likes Twitter, because he just has a laugh on it.
His platform now, do it. does what he wants.
Yeah.
I did see as well that he might put in longer tweets, but I don't know how I feel about that because like the whole point I like is like
it's short.
Yeah.
Didn't it get increased to 50 to 100?
it has been increased in the past, and then
Slightly.
it needs to get an edit button. That's what I'm calling for.
That's the thing I was going to say. I think there's things over the years where people are like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. You know, there was like the dislike button on being on like Facebook and stuff like that. But you can edit your caption, I think, on every other social media platform apart from like Twitter. So if you post something and you spell something wrong, you have to literally delete the tweet and put it up again.
I've seen on some of my accounts, I've done like a viral tweet and I've looked and it's got like one typo in it, and I'm like, that's just so annoying.
Yeah. And think if you had that edit button, like you could just go back in there and edit it. But
yeah, the slight downside to that though is some people might use it in a sneaky way. You know, they might tweet something, get a bunch of replies, and then just change a word. Sneakily go, I changed the word. Then it looks like all the replies are replying to the new tweet, and that could completely change the meaning.
I think people have tweeted things in the past which would now be, hugely wrong.
Sure.
And people might go back into that and think, actually, I'm just going to edit that so it looks like I haven't even done anything. So, yeah, I can see the downside to it, definitely. So that's something to think about. But, him buying Twitter could be huge for the platform. Like I said, it could develop it. But it might also go the other way, and people might go, actually, he's doing things which I don't want Twitter to be about. People go on there, but it's like an opinion kind of site, I think.
Yeah,
so if he starts changing all of this, people might go, actually, I don't want to be on it anymore.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what he does.
It will be.
Sure.
For a brand company using Twitter to gain customers, etc., or awareness, I suppose they can only carry on just like normal, can't they? Because there's no reason to think that it will suddenly change overnight. It was already owned by a billionaire, Jack Dorsey. It's not like it's, now there's a billionaire involved, it's going to change. Like, no, it's from billionaire to billionaire. Yeah, Elon Musk is different because he's so in the public eye and he's so in the world of technology, but there's no reason to think that it's going to suddenly change overnight. If you're a brand on Twitter, then it's the kind of thing where an agency could look after Twitter and say, okay, new update today. We have seen they've now changed this, which means you can add in this extra video. Do you want to work on that to gain some more subscribers or something, whatever?
I'm pretty sure I saw as well that they're working on subtitles on the platform as well.
Yes, I think I saw that somewhere, actually.
That would be good. Yeah. But also a lot of brands use Twitter for just like a help desk.
Yeah, they do.
You jump on there in DMs, and I do it for my energy company.
Yeah, they're your energy company. Yeah, and I think
a lot of clothes companies as well. If you have like a faulty item, you can go on there and say this is faulty, and they'll be like, "Oh, send me a photo," or something like, "Where's my order?" So that's what they use Twitter for. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, that if that changes, that's one of the key things that a company would get on Twitter is just the instant talk with customers, isn't it? That's what's so valuable from their point of view, and they can do an update. So there was this gym I used to go to, and they had their showers broke or something, and it happened I think 2 or 3 times. And I think the first time it happened, I got there and they told me, and I thought, why didn't you put this on social media? As opposed to having all of your normal customers now arrive and have to leave because they can't use the gym now because they can't have a shower. And it happened again, and I think again, and I thought, fine, I'm going to quit the gym then because you don't know what's going on. And I went to another gym. But my point is that is something that a company can use Twitter for that's so valuable. Just little updates. There is a plumbing problem in the gym today. Be warned, or something. Whatever.
Opening times, everything like that.
Anything like that. And if that could change with Elon Musk changing things up, then that's something that a brand needs to keep an eye on, I suppose.
I don't know how true it was, but I feel like I read somewhere about them bringing on, or they might bring on, the fact that people have to connect some form of identity to their account. Mm-hmm. So if you start saying harmful or trolling people, your ID is linked to your Twitter, so you can...
It needs to happen.
You can be done for it, essentially, because there's a lot of trolling in the world. So I feel like that's something as well, which social media platforms aren't so good at doing, because you can hide a comment or you can get rid of a comment if you don't like it, but, you shouldn't be doing that in the first place. So and then people who do it, you don't get like a slap on the wrist or anything. You just get a... Oh, okay, they've done it.
Also, exactly that, your account might get banned. Okay, I just create a new email. just create a new account.
Exactly.
Take minutes.
So if it is linked to an ID of some form, then you can't join that platform.
I'll tell you what's funny, actually. This morning on the way in, I went on Instagram and it suddenly came up with like a message. I thought, oh, what's going on here? And it said, please verify your age.
I had that today as well.
And I thought...
Which was very strange.
On Twitter?
No, on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Oh, Instagram, sorry.
Literally,
Okay.
I just loaded it up and it came up on my feed.
I was trying to literally access my accounts and I was like, oh my God, I'm
like,
going to lose all these followers on like my clients' pages. What am I going to do? Because I've once put my age in on Twitter, and because I did create it when I was probably like 12 or something, it completely disabled my account and that was it.
Right.
I lost my whole Twitter. I couldn't get back into it. So it basically just deleted the whole page. So yeah, that's quite interesting you said that, because it happened on Mind State and I panicked.
Yeah, so did I. I thought... Someone like the one with like 16K. I was sweating.
Yes, that's what I was actually like. I messaged like my other people and I was like, I can't get onto this account. What do I do?
How old am I?
Yeah, that's scary.
But yeah.
Well, there's no reason to think anything like that is going to happen with Twitter or Elon right now, is there?
No.
Well, we don't know.
It'll take a long time
Yeah.
and there won't be updates, I don't think, until maybe 6 months at
Yeah,
least.
I think people are like, oh my God, it's going to change like that. Like,
and it's not like, yeah.
It's like, but yeah, so the last point that we're going to go over is hot takes for the week. So
Hot takes.
I'll kick off.
Go on.
So it's actually about, basically there's a page, I think they're on Instagram as well, on Twitter that I'm obsessed with. It's FootyScran. Shout out to Tom, who follows us on LinkedIn.
Nice.
Basically what it is he's created this community, right, of football fans. I think he does rugby as well, where he just posts food from these football stadiums, but he's done it so well where he either posts stuff that's 10 out of 10, like, gourmet restaurant sort of style, or it's like a really crispy, burnt to death piece of food. But he throws it out there but he knows he's going to get a reaction.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. So he doesn't call it bad or good. He doesn't give it a rating.
No, he says it's like a hot dog from this club and this is how much it is. And it's all over the world as well. But some stuff you see, it's like, wow, that's a beautiful bit of Scran.
I think what he's done so well is jumped onto something which no one has jumped onto and just gone, I'm going to take a photo, or I'm going to get people to send in photos of their team's food. And literally just doing that, you see, like you said, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
It's just such a great thing, because I think it's got like 300K, like it's huge.
It's blown
and
up.
it's worldwide as well. It's
Yeah.
not, I think maybe it started just UK, but it's literally worldwide now, and you get to see all of these different foods which are served at the stadiums. I just think it's a great idea.
Does he tag the stadium and the team in the post?
I think sometimes, but it's just also he doesn't just focus on like the Premier League or the top down. One of the ones,
yeah, it's everything.
Yeah.
was
That's the benefit.
Reading FC, which is the non-league one. They do like this Chinese buffet box, £10, but it had spring rolls. Honestly, it was a work of art.
If anything,
Whoever
he's
works
actually
there.
helping the grounds, because people might be like, actually,
Yeah.
I want to go there
Yeah.
because I want to get the Chinese box.
I want to go. Reading's not too far away.
Yeah.
Go up there, work trip.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you say you were really hungry right now? You're
Yes,
like, yeah.
I'm starving.
I'm
literally
actually.
going to be.
I wasn't until about 10 seconds ago,
Yeah.
and now you mentioned a Chinese
You need
spring
to
roll.
go through the Instagram, Keenan, get on there right now.
Yeah.
And look at all of the food on there.
Yeah.
Some is like amazing.
I bet.
Some is like.
I remember I saw one and it was like a hot dog, and it was so long and it had a really short bun, and the bun was literally burnt, and I was thinking,
Oh no.
who's serving this?
Yeah. A
but I love it.
bored chef. Yeah, that says a lot about what could be a relatively simple social media strategy.
Yes.
A simple social media strategy could simply involve location-based travels. So every new location you go to, as long as you hashtag and maybe tag the local shop or the local stadium or something, then that is a brand new series of users that will be getting that post in their Explore tab if they follow certain hashtags, or if it gets served to them just generally by Instagram.
It's super easy to share as well. We send so many in the group chat, like the ones that are really good and really bad. They're constantly going in there. I love it.
You know what? It might in the future as well make these big, football teams or whoever the team is, it might make them think, actually, we need to look into what we're serving to our customers.
Yep.
just from this one Twitter and Instagram page, like it might change the way that they're serving their food, because they're like, actually, we're not going to have people come to our ground because they're like, this guy has posted this and it looks horrible. So they might change
I totally
it.
agree.
Like,
I totally agree.
Yeah. Yeah, good one. Everyone can appreciate food on social media.
yes.
Anyone else got any hot takes this week?
Yeah, I suppose we got a little thing I noticed that kind of like confused me, I suppose, is Archbishop of Banterbury. Everyone follows that.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like,
I know what you mean.
it's the, it's the way that you get jokes. Just generally, everyone follows Archbishop of Banterbury on Instagram. There was this one post that they did. I think it was Archbishop of Banterbury. It was one of those big joke meme pages.
Like the Lad Bible.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, it was one of them. And it was, I mean, it was kind of funny, I guess, but it was this photo of this little baby, and it had like a old-fashioned, like Peaky Blinders style outfit with a cap or something like that. And it had obviously had a filter applied. So the parent took a photo of this baby, applied a filter to the baby's face, so it looked like an old baby. And all it was that photo and a kind of caption inside the image itself that said something like, "This baby is ready to open up a pub in Birmingham alleyways," or something. And it was kind of funny. But I paused and looked at it and I go, all that's happened there is they've put a filter on a baby. And I'm thinking, this has something like 200k likes or whatever. And I go,
something so simple.
it's so simple. I was thinking, I've seen filters. We all know what filters are. They're like, people still use filters to kind of make themselves look prettier or whatever. But the kind of jokey filters of like, oh, here's what you look like as an 80-year-old or something like that. Are they still like entertaining? Like the Archbishop of Banterbury post of this little baby was so successful. The amount of comments was mental. But I was thinking, that's not impressive.
I remember when I think it was like the girl filter came out on Snapchat, so like boys could turn themselves into what they'd look like as a girl.
Yeah,
and,
I remember that.
The hair would come over, and it literally was all over my Snapchat.
It was.
I think like the boys were like, "Would you date yourself if you're a girl?" Or like, "Would you date that person?" Like it was just is that funny?
I remember that's just reminded me of this random tangent now. There was this meme a while ago of you remember the Animorph books?
No.
Remember this? No. Oh my god! Maybe this is me revealing that I really am the oldest of the group at Shogun. But you remember Animorph, the TV show? Oh my days, guys. Okay, well,
we're young.
Yeah.
We're young but old.
Yeah, Animorphs was this old, I think, a TV show where they're based on books or the other way around, and it was about like kids who transform into animals, and that was kind of like the running thing of the show. It was cool, it was fun, it was like CBBC back in the day.
Yes, yeah.
There were books of it. Oh yeah, okay, there were books of it, and on the front cover of the book, it had like a kind of like transformation of human, then 10% animal, 20% animal, of this teenager transforming into like a dog or
an evolution.
Yeah. And it was just like a kind of like CGI mushing going down like this to like full dog. And like that, you go, what stage would you still date them? And it'd be like this weird dog kid. And you go, yeah, I do.
I got like 15.
Yeah, that was so funny back in the day.
I know what you mean. It's something so simple where they literally put a filter of a baby and it just gets so many likes.
Yeah, it just kind of got to me where I thought to myself, yeah, that's kind of funny, but this is one of the biggest kind of Instagram accounts that like everyone follows, Archbishop of Canterbury or Memes Are or whoever. And you go, we kind of have such low standards.
I think it's so great as well for like British people in the sense of like, they've got the word pub in there.
Yeah.
That's so British.
That's
and a baby looking like Peaky Blinders. Like, it's just...
It was nice. It was a nice little post.
It's funny, but it's like just everything about it's not funny, but it is. It just
anybody
is.
can do that because you have these filters on your phone. Oh, I don't know. It just kind of...
that simple concept reminds me of like, when it was like for a rate?
Yeah.
So simple, but everyone used to do it. Like for a rate, like if you
rate me out of 10 or how pretty it was.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Crazy, eh?
Facebook back in the day when it was simple.
That is, very simple.
There was a Wild West in those days.
Yes. Yeah. How it's evolved.
Cool. All the hot takes done for this week?
Done. Yes, sir.
Cool. So don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what you think we should cover in next week's podcast. But for now, it's goodbye. See you next time.